Ladies and gentlemen, PC and console players alike, welcome to Avis Gaming. My name is Phoenix, and we are here with another Star Trek Online ship review. Today we are going to be reviewing the multi-mission surveillance explorer. So this is the Brigid, I believe it is pronounced, class starship. So armed with those details, let us go into the stats of this ship and let's go over them quickly. Okay, so starting off with bridge officer stations, we have a lieutenant tactical, a lieutenant engineering, a commander science, a lieutenant universal, a lieutenant commander universal / temporal operatives station. For consoles, we have 3 engineering, 3 tactical, and 5 science. For weapons, we have 3 in the front, 4 in the back. A base hull at level 50 is 32,775, and when you get to level 60, it's 38,000. In my case here, it's 36,432. Shield modifier of 1.4, base turn rate of 12, impulse modifier of 0.15, inertia rating of 50, 3 device slots, and 1 hangar bay. So the ship comes with sensor analysis, subsystem targeting, a secondary deflector, 1 hangar bay. The hangar bays come with the Dubai runabouts. You get +5 power and 15 plus auxiliary power. For consoles, you get the universal isometric dispersal array, and then you get starship ability packages, which I will go over shortly. Alrighty, so here we have the Brigid Class starship here. Nice sleek design. Do really like the Vestas and how they are fairly sleek in their designs here. So so here what we have for the saucer section, I'm trying to get in as close as I can. Oops. There we go. Is a sort of a triangle shaped saucer section. It is bowed out at either side, and then at the front it is flattened out, and at the back it's also angled outward towards the back. You have, I think this little area here is the bridge. I'm not entirely sure here. All around it here you have escape hatches. You have escape hatches at the where the primary hull meets the secondary hull. You have a phaser emitter on either side here. Oops, sorry guys. Trying to get this going here. Then you have the second. I believe this would be the secondary deflector array, not the primary. This would be the secondary. It does have like this mesh shielding type thing to protect it. And then you have, wrong bloody button. Okay. Alright, so then you have this secondary parts of the primary hull. It looks like these are cannons or cannon ports here. These could be torpedo ports here. And then you have the primary deflector dish. The primary is usually always on the secondary hull. Here it's slanted down, and you have like this upper lip right here. Then you have the deflector dish kind of pushed back just a little bit, not too much, again with the protective shielding around it, although this shielding is not as clear as the one on top. It doesn't look as good, but you can see the deflector, the usual kind of oval or rounded shape deflector dish. Then you have the bottom piece protecting it, the bottom lip, as I'm going to say here. And then inside here looks like, I don't know, more of the deflector dish, the rear of it. Looks like it's got kind of like a vent style to it. And then, let's see here. You have the, you have phaser array emitters at the on either side here, much larger or longer than the ones on top. If we can just sort of get a little bit of a view here. Yeah, much longer, I should say. Then we have, at the back of the saucer section, we have impulse engine with a grill style type plating. For the secondary hull here, we have a nice rounded type hull here. to me, it would be like the body of a whale almost. You have the soft section, which is the head, and then you have the back, which is a whale. On top of the secondary hull, if you can see here, there's some little raised stresses, I'm going to call them, and on top of that would be the mission pod. Either side here you have phaser emitters on the top here. We'll check on the bottom in just a moment here. I'm not sure what this would be. Maybe an extra sensor, and then you got these other two. They could be sensors, or they could just be really huge clamps or screws or something like that. And then let's check the bottom of the mission pod, and it doesn't seem like there's anything to really write home about. So unfortunately, the bottom didn't get much love as the top did. Now, with this secondary hull, after joining or before it joins the primary hull, you have it looks like an observation deck at the back, or maybe a possible 10 forward type place. And then you have a shuttle bay. You have your first one right here, and a nice guiding runway for the shuttles. And then at the bottom here, you have a secondary you have a secondary shuttle bay. And I think these are possible torpedo tube ports back here. And then you have on the struts here, you have impulse engines again with the grill style type plating. For the struts at the front here, it's nice and straight. Is it straight? It looks like it angles backwards. I can't tell. Yeah, it angles backwards slightly, and then it angles even more as it goes downwards, because it does go down on an angle, just ever so slightly, not too much, as you can see that, but it does go back a bit too. And then at the back of the strut here, nice straight piece, and then it curves back as the front curves backwards, so does the back, and at a much larger angle, I'm going to say. And then we come to the warp nacelle. So at the front here we have the Brassard collector or ram scoop, whichever one you prefer. You have the top plating here, which covers a lot of it, and then at the bottom here it covers just a little bit, not as much, probably about half as much as the top does. And as you can see here, this little ridge line right here, this is where the Brassard collector ram scoop separates from the warp nacelle. And then the warp nacelle, which I really like, is a nice sleek design, very much like the ship itself, which is keeps in I guess continuity with the whole entire ship, which is really nice. You have yes, it's a little wider at the front here, and as it goes back, it kind of streamlines a little bit, kind of goes in a little bit. But at the top here, you have kind of like where you can see where the warp nacelle is, and this nice, interesting, again, I want to say grill style type thing. And you don't see the warp nacelle on the side except for near the back, where this top piece ends. The warp nacelle at the side is when you start seeing it, or it shows up. And then you can see a little bit of the back here. So the top plating here covers most of it, and then the bottom plating of the warp nacelle kind of like lips over just to hold it in place, so it doesn't go anywhere. So I think that is it. Yeah. So the bottom plating is a lighter design, or that could just be the paint. I don't know. It could be. Yeah, I think it's the paint. Or yeah, actually looks like, yeah, it's a separate piece altogether just to hold the warp nacelle in place there. So that's kind of neat. So, and then you have this little hatch here, which would probably more than likely be where the warp core would eject from, if it ever needed to eject from in whatever emergency situation. So there we go. We have the Brigid Class starship. Again, a nice streamlined vessel. I love how this vessel looks. Although I'm going to say, for design-wise, the mission pod, in a sense, does look a little odd to me on this ship, just because everything else is, nice and sleek and like aerodynamic, if I could say that. Although wind resistance wouldn't have effect on the starship, but that kind of just it looks out of place, to be honest. Nice touch, not gonna lie, nice touch, but it is a little out of place. Also, at the back here with the regular T5 Vestas, oops, sorry guys, you would have like almost like that that blue mesh shielding over top here, like where the other T5 Vestas had it. A couple of them did. Anyways, if you guys like how I'm doing the design portion of my videos, let me know. If you don't like it, please most definitely let me know, because if you get like motion sickness or something like that, let me know, because I don't want my viewers to be motion sickness. So if that's the case, then I will go back to how it was previously, because I know this is sort of like it's jerky at times, and I have to figure out where the starship is sometimes. But anyways, let us move on. We're going to go to the customization options that you can have with this vessel, and then we're going to go into the loadouts and then an STF and see how well it performs. For the customization of the ship, you have whatever interior that you want, or bridge layout. Windows 1 through 5, material type 1 through 7, plus an upgrade in the Vesta. You have any color palette you want. And then for the ship selection or style here, you can choose which one, including the older T5 multi-mission ships as well. And the patterns, you get 1 through, or not 1 through, you get choice of all this. And if you check or go with the Vesta, you get the optional Vesta texture as well, or pattern. So there is that. So now let's move on to in space, go over my loadout, my gear, and then we will go into an STF and see how well this ship performs. Okay, we're going to do things a little different today. We're going to start off with the ship mastery, which unfortunately I have not had a chance to work on. I really haven't had a chance to play on Stowe or do anything. So unfortunately, this is not going to be done in time of this recording, obviously. But anyways, first level, you get 50% damage to exotic damage abilities, 10% shield hit points. At level 3, you get improved hull and shield healing abilities by 10%. At level 4, you get the improved shield regeneration and harness, so it does 645.6 shield regeneration every 6 seconds, and then plus 5% shield resistance. And then at level 5, you get the charged particle reaction. So when activated, it targets. And for level 5, you get the charged particle reaction. So activating the charged particle reactor or particle burst applies charged particle reaction to each target hit, disables cloak systems for 5 seconds, minus 2.5% shield resistance for 5 seconds, and minus 1,888.6 target shields. So that will help reduce your enemy shields, and that way you can take them down a little bit faster. So that's a pretty neat one there. Alright, so continuing on here with my current loadout or gear. Please understand that this is just a work in progress. Nothing is finalized, and like I said, I haven't had time to play, so I haven't had time to actually go and work on this character or upgrade gear or anything like that. So with all that in mind, here it is. So my 4 weapons and even my aft weapons are all advanced fleet phaser beam rays with the critical damage and damage times 3 procs. So I'm still running with the brain and reconnaissance set here. The secondary deflector is strategic inhibiting secondary deflector with the minus recharge, def, and EPG procs. So for devices, shield battery, weapons battery, and subspace field modulator. For my engineering consoles, I have 2 RCS accelerators and the conductive RCS accelerator thing. I have the exotic particle field exciter, plasmonic leech, a simulated module, the Nakura particle converter, and then I have 2 vulnerability locators and 1 phaser relay. So that's going to help me out a little bit. And then I left the hangar, or the Dubé, runabout. I can't pronounce that properly. Just because that's what it comes with, and I don't have any other ones, so we're going to just leave it as that. So here's the universal console. So this is the isometric dispersal array. So what it does is plus 15% directed energy damage, plus 8% critical severity, which is pretty neat. So it does range. It says cylinder, so I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it does a cylinder in lengthwise. I don't know. Foe heavy electrical damage. Engines are offline. 100-degree targeting arc. Foes does 6,840.4 electrical damage in 0.2 kilometer cylinder radius. Secondary AOE 2 kilometer radius to each target hit does 3,420.2 electrical damage. To foes 684 electrical damage every 1 second for 5 seconds. And then foes engines offline for 6 seconds, and there's a 2-minute recharge on this device. So there we have it. For skills, this is what I got going for skills, mostly insights and tactical. Traits, somewhat of a mess here. I only have 2, the ablative field projector and temporal insight. Enhanced armor penetration, auxiliary power configuration offense, precision, and nanoprobe feedback. And then I have the biomolecular field generator and the refractory tetrad cascade as well, which I do not have on my things. That's fine. 4 stations for my Lieutenant Tactical Team 1, Beam Overload 2. For my Engineering, Lieutenant Engineering, I have Emergency Auxiliary Power 1 and Emergency Power Weapons 2. For my Commander Science, Hazard Emitters, Science Team 2, Energy Siphon 2, and Gravity Well 2. For my Lieutenant Universal, I threw on another Tactical for Tactical Team 1 and another Beam Overload 2. And then for the Lieutenant Commander, I chose my Engineering. So Engineering Team 1, Emergency Power Shields 2, and then Emergency Power Weapons 3. So there's that. So with all that, let's go to an STF. Let's see how well this ship can handle itself and perform. Alrighty, here we go. So here we are attacking the cube first. There we go, that's down. Now I'm taking out the sphere here. Ugh, that's some pretty blue phaser rays there. Attacking the cube. Let's attack the cube. Oops. Oh shoot, we need to take care of these guys here. There we go. Now, whoa, what the heck just happened here? Hopefully we can get this up and get this taken care of before the spheres come. It looks like they're being held off, which is nice. There we go. Awesome. Now we can take care of these spheres. Alright, let's try this. Okay. I'll have to redo that because I didn't get a good look at that. I think my blue was a little too high. That's alright. Always be corrected. Alright, let's see if we can zoom past this. Even though we're attacking it. Do not get one-shotted. Do not get one-shotted. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. Attack the Q. Attack a sphere. Take out this quickly. Oh shoot. Okay, there. Now we can take that out. So blow up the transformer, which is good. That's what we needed. Yeah, pop goes the weasel on that one. Sweet. Galaxy Class coming through. Escort from hell. That's awesome. I love it. Alright, so I think all the hard part is done now, so we're just this is kind of the easy part. Just take it down this gate. Doom Giver. Love it. Some pretty interesting days for these ships. Alright. Alright, so that's... Oh, it's like a huge electrical blast in space. That's what it is. Alright. We get some extra photonic help out here. Oh, he's got it too, looks like it. So we got a Cerberus. Nice. Should probably get out of here. He's gonna be blowing soon. There he goes. Awesome. Oh, even my runabouts made it. What do you think about that? My goodness. Alright, so conclusion time. So, very nice ship. I like it. Fairly sturdy. There was, I did have a moment there, probably from that gateway, where it kind of one-shot me and I almost died. And just trying to get back up was a little bit of a, a little bit of an issue. But overall, not bad. The one drawback that I really do see from this is the bridge officer seating. So as you can see here, a lieutenant. You got 3 lieutenants on a tier 6 ship. That should not be happening at all. That's something that I don't agree with. I don't like. I think it draws back what the ship could actually do, or potentially be. You know, maybe not be a powerhouse, but most definitely something that you know, could beef it up a little bit more, because it is a tier 6 ship. You want some, for a tier 6 ship, it should be a little more beefier than what it is now. So, but anyways, other than that, I like this ship. I am, the multi-mission ships are like one of my favorite ships in the game, and the design of them and whatnot, little weird, but you know what, I kind of do like them. Well, anyways, enough of me rambling on. That is it for me. Thank you for watching. Live long and prosper, and as always, we will see you out there.